Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about 5 projects that I do think that everyone should be watching for over the course of the next couple months. And the reason why, well, stick around until the end of the video and you will find out. With that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. DeFi is one of the hottest topics right now around crypto, right next to real-world asset tokenization, AI, gaming, things like that, and Wall Street. It's the big question. Is Wall Street really missing out on DeFi? Well, we have if DeFi can just figure out how to improve both security and compliance, nothing would stop traditional finance from entering the game. And in my opinion, I do think that a lot of those problems are already being solved. Big players like BlackRock, JP Morgan, Citi, Bank of America, they're all eyeing this space as the next generation of securities, of equities, you name it. This is an area of opportunity unlike anything else. And institutions, Wall Street, they're not missing it. But beyond this, right? Recently, Fidelity put out a major document. It was actually a report regarding DeFi. So February 15th, Fidelity says rate cuts could push institutions towards more attractive DeFi yields. A new Fidelity report says 2024 could be the year institutions dip their toes in DeFi. A combination of rate cuts and increased stablecoin yields in DeFi could be enough to make it worth their while. Now, in my opinion, I do think that DeFi is going to see a lot of institutional money flowing into it this year. I also think that a lot of that money is also going to trickle down into other categories like gaming. AI definitely is going to see a lot of money as well. AI has been going absolutely crazy. But I do think that everyone should be watching DeFi. Why? Well, because in the past we have witnessed DeFi become a huge player. In fact, back in 2020, everyone probably knows about DeFi summer. The summer of 2020 saw the most amount of money made around DeFi in history. And it continues to be looked at as, are we going to repeat 2020? Are we going to have a much larger surge for DeFi? What's going to happen? Well, in my opinion, right? DeFi summer of 2020 was definitely huge. I think that this time around, with institutional adoption, institutional focus, and institutional money flowing in, I think that DeFi is about to take off in a very, very large way. And we already saw some signs of that. In fact, Uniswap, right? Back in November, they announced a partnership to bring institutional access to DeFi. This was all through Fireblock. If we go and look at Uniswap right now, it's been going crazy. It's up 67% on the 1 year. In the last 7 days, it's up 40-some%. And this is just the beginning for Uniswap. But is this a project that I'm talking about in this video? No. But I do think that everyone should be keeping a close eye on decentralized exchanges because they are a gateway to DeFi. If we go over to DeFi Llama, right, we're at almost $55 billion. And we can see how tremendous this chart has looked since the end of 2023 into 2024. I mean, think about it like this. In October of 2023, just a few months ago, we were sitting at $68 billion. Guys, we almost added $100 billion to this in terms of TVL. Why is it significant? Well, if we go back to 2020, right? DeFi summer saw 700 million in locked value turn into 15 billion. We're already at 155 billion. So where is this headed now? In my opinion, I do think that this is going to be the first time that TVL within the DeFi realm hits $1 trillion. And I know that that sounds crazy, but I do think that we hit $1 trillion at least. Now, there's a lot of great projects on the protocol rankings, and this is a great way to actually do some research into DeFi giants before they become giants. Like, for an example, right, one of the projects that are not even on this list here is Alchemix. Alchemix, in my opinion, is going to be a big player. This had a rough launch. It launched right during the 2021 bull run, and since then, it has sold off heavily. This thing has a market cap of $63.5 million, fully diluted market cap of $71 million. Now, this does have an inflation aspect to it, which we will address. But first and foremost, their website is straightforward. Alchemix self-repaying loans allow you to leverage a range of tokens without risk of liquidation. I do think that this is definitely a game changer. There's a lot of great opportunities here for DeFi, like I said. But I do love, I like the simplicity of this, right? The overall look of this is very simple. It's not too complex. They give you a full breakdown of what they are doing, how it all works, things like that. It's a great project. But also when we go over to socials, right? They have over 73,000 plus followers, so they have been growing. And recently they put out a full breakdown of Alchemix stats. This provides valuable information regarding to the actual token and even the treasury behind Alchemix. But also they give you a breakdown of the overall emissions. So it has about roughly a 4 point almost, I'll just round it up to 4.8. That way it's a little bit over. It has about 4.8% year over year inflation. So roughly 2,200 Alchemix or ALCX tokens are emitted per week. So there is inflation to it. But if we actually look at the timeline here, by 2027, March of 2027, the total supply would be sitting at about roughly 3 million or slightly under 3 million. Right now, we are sitting at a total supply of almost 2.4 million. Now, the reason why I'm talking about Alchemix is because everyone probably knows about Year in Finance. Year in Finance hit, I think, like the last time in 2021 that I saw it, it was sitting at about like $63,000. I'm not saying that Alchemix is going to go to $63,000, but I do think that this has the potential to hit some very high figures. Considering the overall market cap for this, considering the overall supply for Alchemix, I think that this is definitely one that you want to keep a close eye out on, definitely leading into this alt season, because DeFi, in my opinion, is going to steal the show. And if we actually look at Alchemix right now on DeFi Llama, we can see how dead flat the TVL is right now. Total value locked is sitting at about roughly almost 65 million. But we are seeing a lot of development activity regarding Alchemix. We're starting to see a lot of social activity. And I do think that it has the potential to get back to these 2021 highs in terms of TVL and possibly even higher. This is definitely one that you want to add to your watch list, because I do think that it could hit the 2021 highs that it was trading at as well this time around, and possibly even more. So when we look at this, I do think that this could be one that could be a 100x opportunity run. But don't get set on levels like that. Make sure that you are taking your initial investment out. Make sure that you are de-risking, and make sure that you are taking profits off the top. None of this is financial advice, but make sure that you are paying yourselves. Outside of Alchemix, though, next up on the list is Compound. Now, Compound doesn't have a significant in terms of ROI because it is already trading at a $604 million market cap, fully diluted, $750 million, but it does have a cap supply at $10 million. The all-time high for this is sitting at about roughly $805. I think down here it is sitting at $911, and currently speaking at $74, it still does have 10x potential. Overall, Compound is actually very lucrative in the DeFi realm. We actually go over to their website, we could actually see the daily distribution, the total distribution, and also the remaining. But overall, very simple app, very straightforward UI as well. If you even go to the app for an example, if you click the app up in the top right, this is what it looks like. It's very simple, very straightforward. I personally love the UI. Like I said, simple is the way to go, especially for normies jumping into the DeFi realm. Compound has been around for a little bit of time, but they already have almost 255,000 followers, and activity on their post is pretty solid. But also, when we go over to DeFi Llama, check out the TVL of Compound, $3.5 billion. Mind you, the market cap for Compound is $604 million versus their TVL of $3.5 billion. That's very significant. And also, development activity has been picking up. There was a few exploits that did happen back in the end of 2021. Like, for example, here's the comptroller vulnerability exploit. That's the only exploit that happened, and since then they have fixed a lot of the problems. But for the most part, dead flat TVL. This is what you want to be looking at when you are looking into DeFi projects, because we will start to see a slow push up once we see the retail sector return back into the space. Compound, in my opinion, is going to be a big player in the DeFi realm, and it is more so looked at as a blue chip. I mean, when we go back to 2021 highs, this thing hit $20 billion in terms of TVL. We're already sitting at about $3.51 billion versus its $603, almost $604 million market cap. Like I said, I think that Compound is undervalued, and I think that it's overlooked in the DeFi world. Definitely watch this one, add it to your watch list, and keep a close eye on it. Next up, Raydium. So decentralized exchanges, they're absolutely killing it. They are the spotlight in the realm of DeFi. They are the gateway, if you will. I have been watching Raydium for a little bit of time now, especially around the Solana hype. I do think that Raydium is going to be a big winner. Definitely watch this one closely. $250 million market cap, fully diluted, $532 million. The next leg up on Raydium, in my opinion, is brewing, and we will probably start to move heavy over the course of the next couple of days. I'm watching for $2 to break, which was the recent high back in December. Once we break this, I'm more so watching to flip the $4 range because this is the last area of opportunity in terms of a major pullback from resistance before we break out to those all-time highs, almost like roughly $12 to roughly 17 almost dollars. It's like 16 and a half dollars, but the all-time high down here is almost $17, which is what I'm more so going off of, because I know that coin market cap in terms of the prices, it's a little bit rough and it's not accurate. But Raydium, the reason why I like Raydium is, first off, the overall UI, the design of it, everything is solid. The app itself, so if you check out the app, it's very similar to Uniswap. It's kind of like a fork of it, but for Solana. The overall design of this, the quality of this, is what I personally love. And you can check out the liquidity tab, the concentrated tab, all of that if you wanted to. They have a lot going on. There's a lot of volume on here. There's a lot of liquidity on here as well. And even if we go back over here, we can see the TVL, $210 million. We can also see the total trading volume on Raydium as well. Growing, has been growing tremendously as well in the past. Raydium just recently saw a lot of inflows during like the Solana meme coin hype. But regardless, right? 306,000 followers. They've been around since 2021. They've been growing tremendously. Their overall socials, again, a lot of engagement. There's been a pretty large growth in the community aspect around Solana and a lot of the big players on Solana, because again, once you start to see the retail hype come back, that's when you start to see the growth happen as well. And so far, Raydium has been absolutely killing it. And if we go over here to DeFi Llama, like I said, total value locked, sitting at about roughly $177.5 million. We could also see that this has been pretty flat. It's been gaining some. But if we go all the way back to 2021, guys, this had a TVL of $2.2 billion. And I'm watching this closely because I do think that we will start to see a big shift around decentralized exchanges and also around the DeFi realm once we start to see money really kind of coming back to this space from the herd, but also even from institutions. Raydium, in my opinion, will be a big winner. Definitely keep this one on the watch list. I think that the overall product is solid. The design of it's solid. And like I said, the UI, very clean, very simple. That's the key. Next up on the list, Synthetix. Guys, this is a blue chip, been around for a while. Did see a major shift in the market back in DeFi summer of 2020. Look at the high in DeFi summer, $7 and almost 40 cents. Pretty wild. All-time high, $28.77. Right now, market cap 1.2 billion. So it's not great for ROI in terms of like hitting 100x or so, but I still think that this could easily 10x, possibly even 20x. Fully diluted market cap, 1.3 billion. Synthetix, like I said, has been around for a while. So even when you go over to their website, very solid website, very clean website. Even the app, again, check out the app. Look at the overall UI. Could you see yourself using this UI? Could you see yourself utilizing this product? The answer is no. It's probably not going to be a solid investment. In my opinion, the overall app is pretty straightforward, very clean. Not too much complexity going on here. So any normie would most likely get it, especially if they just read a little bit. But also, when we look at Synthetix, total trading volume, $58.7 billion. TVL, $840 million. And even when we go over to socials, almost 250,000 followers. Again, engagement, pretty solid. Not the best, not the worst that I've seen. Very solid engagement, very solid community as well. And when we go over to DeFi Llama, $751 million in TVL. I know it's a little bit off versus what they're saying here. I do believe that DeFi Llama is up to date the most, but I could be wrong. The number one thing that I'm watching for, though, is development activity. Guys, look at the weekly commits for Synthetix. 329. There's a lot of development activity happening on Synthetix. But also, when we look at the 2021 highs for TVL, $2.91 billion versus its $751 million TVL right now. So there's still a lot of growth here for Synthetix. Definitely watch this one closely. And up next is Aave. So like I said, blue chips last, the most undervalued, overlooked ones first. Aave, like I said, has been around for a while. It's a blue chip. Definitely one that you want to keep a close eye out on. Chart has been pretty flat. I still think that this has a 10x in it, possibly even a 20x. Fully diluted market cap, $1.6 billion. Only 16 million total supply, max supply. This is definitely one that you want to keep a close eye out on, simply because it's been around for a while. There's a lot of user base behind it. There's a big community behind it as well. Solid website, solid product as well. If you go and check out the app, like I said, everyone should be looking at the apps. UI is crucial. Simplicity is crucial. Aave definitely has a simple and clean UI. Anyone can pretty much use it. TVL on Aave has been growing tremendously. We actually have $11.3 billion of liquidity is locked in Aave across 8 networks and over 15 markets. This has been one of the biggest DeFi projects out there. Pretty much everyone knows about Aave, but I do think that's going to start to see a significant amount of money flowing back into it. Almost 560,000 followers. Like I said, this is a well-known DeFi player. Aave has been around for a while. I was calling for everyone to check out Aave back in 2022 during the summer and even leading into the winter time as well, because Aave was going to return back. It was a blue chip. We know that it was a blue chip, and we know how much money is locked away in Aave. Even if we go over to DeFi Llama, just to confirm, right, we're already at $13.6 billion in Aave versus its $1.5 billion market cap and 1.6 fully diluted market cap in terms of the billions. And if we go back to 2021, this thing had 30-some billion dollars tied to its name. Like I said, Aave is a major player in the DeFi realm. You're going to want to keep a close eye out on this one. Add it to your watch list. This is a blue chip. Has a lot of growth still left in it, even at the market cap that it's at. Synthetix definitely up there with it as well. Beyond that, definitely check out Raydium, check out Compound, and also check out Alchemix. Now, there's other DeFi gems out there as well. If you guys want to keep up with those, you guys are more than welcome to join the Patreon group as well as the Crypto Wealth Network. We give out a ton of gems all the time in there, including DeFi gems and awesome opportunities. It's definitely worth the price of admission. A lot of the members would agree as well. Again, you don't need to join paid groups. They're not like the end all be all. I give out a ton of information on the channel all the time. But these are 5 gems that you definitely want to watch for, especially in the DeFi realm, as we start to see a lot more institutional grade adoption and focus put on the space. So keep a close eye out on the money flows in DeFi. Check out DeFi Llama in terms of checking out the TVL growth on these networks and on these protocols, because they are seeing a lot of money coming in right now. And it really started at the end and the middle of 2023 when we started to see a lot of the growth happening. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. Also, if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, you can get 4 free months right now utilizing my link down in the description below, as comments below, and you could save from anywhere between 64% up to 72% off right now on their 2-year plan, and you get a ton of great incentives. Of course, this is an affiliate deal, so I do get paid by you guys using my link. But like I said, this is the best discount out there and the best offer. So if you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to. And with that being said, thanks for watching. This has been Nick. Peace out.